Whoa. On this episode, we talk about Baby Yoda, choking what's her name. We talk about the browser wars. Do you have enough RAM for Chrome, though? And a bunch of other dopeness. Tune in.
We are back in the building. This is podcast number 3. Yes.
3. Yes.
Yes. And
This is true.
Fellas,
My name is Ramon.
And I'm your boy Snow.
we back at it like a motherfucking crack at it.
Yeah, son. You want to begin with that icebreaker?
We fighting with this fucking
Son, you're the only one fighting, son.
his feet all in my fucking way. God damn it. Yeah, man. So icebreakers between then and now. What is between then and now? What the fuck y'all guys been up to since the last podcast? Anything new? Anything relevant?
I don't quite. Is this? I've been seeing these memes between then and now comparing people's face, so I don't really know what does between then and now mean.
Between then and now, between the last podcast and this podcast.
Okay.
I will. I'll probably go last because it can segue us into something that I actually had a conversation with someone at my job. So,
what you been dealing with, Snow?
Trying to figure out what I want to do with ignorant gamers.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to figure out what role and what way I want to re-enter the market, if I actually want to re-enter the market, or if I want to do it as an outlet. One of those,
outlet.
You just need an outlet. You know what I'm saying? Like YouTube is an outlet. So I'm getting less patient with like the YouTube game. Actually, I have no patience for the YouTube game right now. Right, and this has been something that's been boiling. If anyone who seen the Ignorant Gamers channel, I used to do these channel updates, and usually like the ones around my birthday be the ones where I'm like, all right, we're going to do this for like the next 6 months and see where we at and go from there.
Nowhere.
And because of my life-changing events from September 2018, when I went cold turkey because of life-changing things, it gave me a chance to like not care about a lot of things, including YouTube, which is I was already starting not to care about.
Which is a good break, I'd say.
It was probably a fantastic break. So now the next thing is I would like to sit down in front of my console, clear my conscience, and not worry about recording for footage, which was an issue I was already having prior to it. So I want to sit down and just get immersed and not worry about recording or thinking about, this is good content. This is that. I just want to play. If I can get back to just playing, then the other stuff will come. And I feel like that's been kind of sort of happening already because I'm starting to think about angles. I'm like, man, I could have recorded that footage. I could have did this. I could have did that. So, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. I've seen comments on the channel, saying like this is a dead channel, and that I don't like. I don't like seeing that because I didn't put out a video saying what was going on. But then someone who I used to do it back when I was doing the CCL joint, he was looking for me. He found me. He was like, Snow, I found you. You know what I mean? And in his way, his name is actually Snow Goons. So shout out to Snow Goons. And, that was kind of like good to see. And then on one of my personal channels, a dancer from when I used to dance wrote on the dancer channel was like, yo, where you at? And I'm just like, that had nothing to do with the IGZ. This is someone looking for me in the dance world, someone looking for me in the gaming world. I believe. Well, I know one person was looking for me in the LD world, so it's just like, all right, you know what? Maybe it's time. So that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Question: Do you feel like maybe should you look at it as, all right, I'm recording a content for the gaming channel. Or should you maybe, like, the focus is the gaming channel? Or should you maybe look at it like, you know what? I'm recording content and it's here. And if I decide to take that content and add it to the gaming channel, I will.
So before I went cold turkey, that's exactly what I was doing. I have unseen Spider-Man footage, unseen Red Dead Redemption footage,
Right.
unseen Black Ops 4 footage, unseen God of War footage, even some Forza Horizon 4, I believe.
Right.
And you won't see that footage anywhere on the channel in the year 2018, which is when those games were released.
Right.
And it was what I'm gonna cook up later. I was just recording just to record.
Right.
And you know, but even then, that was becoming a struggle for me as well. Before what happened in September was becoming a struggle.
Right. Right.
Because I would still see the angles. I was still looking for the angles. Would this be that? Would be that? Too many questions was going on in my head instead of just that. If you're a freestyler, you got to freestyle. But once you start tactiling it, it breaks the freestyle code. So that's what was going on.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I think it's something that I was kind of for a moment faced with. See, my issue was with the LD kicks is, okay, I'm buying sneakers. There was a motivation to, okay, I have the kicks. I have them here. Let me do a review on them. And I felt like that was no longer organic for me. Mm-hmm. It was like, I'm doing it because I have a platform, and now here's a pair of sneakers to talk about, and now it has to be structured, and now it has to be, we need talking points for this particular sneaker. Yep. That becomes too.
It's work.
It's work, and it can become very mundane.
Yeah, it's fucking work.
And this is something that I think breaks us out of our norm. Like, even just doing podcasts and doing whatever, when we're able to talk about something we are all smart, so we can all talk about something in detail and in length, or more or less length, more detail. However, it breaks the monotony. It's structured, but it's not structured. We can do whatever it is we need to do, and do it from a passionate standpoint, and feel like I'm not doing it because it's work. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And when I think that's what broke everything, because when you do something and it feels like work, that's exactly what it is, work. And you start to feel like, all right, now you're looking at everything else. You're looking at algorithms. You're looking at numbers. You're looking at views. You're looking at clicks. You're looking at everything that should not matter to a person that is inspired by doing whatever they're doing. You're inspired by Game Snow. You're inspired by photography, Ramon. I'm inspired by sneakers. Mm-hmm. So now when everything becomes work, it becomes less inspiring, because now we're living under the premise of this has to get out when it has to get out.
It has to be relevant.
Right. And the other part of that was, which you weren't privy to a lot of those conversations, but I used to stay on his ass about it. Like, if we are the quote, quote, persona, right? Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter when we put it out. It don't have to jump out.
Right.
And we don't have to play by if it bleeds, it leads stuff, because that's killing us. That's not what we do. There's people who quit their work. There's people who are in school when you know you got mad time when you're in school. You can record in between classes.
You can't keep up with that shit.
There's no way you can keep up with that. So I always used to tell Ramon, or remind Ramon, like, yo, people come to us because they like our opinion. They may not like my opinion, but they could like his. They may not like his, but they like yours. Right. And that's what we built into be. We don't have to play by Google's rules.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that also helps with it, like, not feeling like work. Now, unfortunately, we doing this. We should be able to present some content and some kind of meal that they can consume.
Right.
I'm not really big on reviews because of exactly what you just said. Right. Because instead of me just enjoying it, but it's a little different though for sneakers. Instead of me just enjoying the game or enjoying a movie,
right?
By like, yo, I need to see if it got plot holes. Like, bro, when I get to entertainment, I am very easy.
Right.
If you hear me complain about something, best to believe it's in my head. It's a flag. Like,
right.
I'll explain, what was the one? I think it was the one with the Halle Berry movie. It was at the end, the last
Catwoman?
No, not that one.
She was trash. I just saw that the other day.
The one.
So that shit was horrible.
It was the one when she was the 911 operator. I'm not gonna spoil it, but something happened at the last 8 minutes.
Yeah, that was like
that. I was like, come on. I was like, come on, fam. Like, you just ruined this whole thing for me.
Girl 6?
And then I wish she did play Girl 6. Actually, I love who played Girl 6, so I'm gonna scratch that too. The other movie was Troy, and I am gonna spoil this because there's books about it. You don't marksmen don't just shoot someone in the Achilles,
right?
Without being told to do it or without being a sadistic.
It was a mistake in Troy.
Son, he had a clear shot. It wasn't a mistake. And even then,
no, he was distracted because he tried not to hit him, but he did hit him.
Either way, that's a terrible way to put that.
Yeah, because they had to shoehorn in the
because even then, that's not clear to me. I've watched that movie several times.
I got you.
You know,
because she begged him not to fucking. And he was like, "Oh shit!"
If she would have went like this,
yeah,
and the arrow went downward,
yeah,
I would accept that.
That's kind of what happened.
Yeah, but it didn't look that clear to me.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It doesn't look that clear to me.
Because it's one of my shitty favorite movies.
It's one of my favorite movies. It's one of my favorite movies, and I love that whole Troy thing. Yeah. But that right there was terrible. So that's what I mean by like, I don't want to go into with the sharpshooter eye. That's why I do more impression videos than review videos, because I want my impression videos. I don't care about none of that. If something breaks it for me, then that's what's gonna be said.
Sure. I've never seen Troy. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about.
Excellent movie until the last.
I've never seen Troy.
Trojan horse.
Are you human?
Trojan horse and Trojan condoms is all I know about Troy.
Excellent movie until the last part.
Who was that? Brad Pitt?
It was fucking Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
Well, I don't know. There's only one Brad Pitt I know.
The Brad Pitt.
Respect on Brad Pitt's name. So because I obsessed a lot over this shit in the last like 2 or 3 years. I will say, retrospectively speaking, our approach to YouTube was very naive. And it came from a place of of confidence. It came from a place of ignorance. Like we the draw.
Yeah, I have to disagree with you. I don't even know what you're getting at. Like, what do you mean? Naive?
No.
I know where he's going with this.
Like, we was like, nah, we do all of this shit every day.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We do it inside out, and we have these conversations on the phone, in person, arguing. Like, this is what we do.
Yeah.
So we just need to put this out there to people to invite them into the conversation.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So how that transceives into the expectation was ignorant on our behalf.
Right.
Because there's a fork in that road.
Mm-hmm.
It's are you just putting it out there, or do you want to be a successful YouTuber and brand? Right?
Right.
Because when you want to be a successful YouTuber and brand, fuck your passion at this point. Now you need to care about algorithms. You need to care about clicks. You need to care about how it's structured. Right? We were kind of teetering that line for so long. Like, they'll come because the shit we're talking about is dope.
Right.
But then YouTube was like, nah, fam, punishment.
Yeah.
You got 5 and 6 topics in one video, punishment. Your video's an hour and a half long, punishment.
Right, but which is also them contradicting themselves.
Because now today, that's the algorithm.
But
today is acceptable.
But that was 5 years ago too.
And that channel LD got penalized. We never recovered from that.
We got penalized because we were a lifestyle channel. We got penalized because on one side we talking about tablets, we talking about phones, and then next thing you know we talking about music, and then we talking about they didn't like that. And I think that's where Google went wrong. Right. Because now you got everybody making 30 channels.
So I think you both it's a mix of all of that shit. And I get where Snow's at, because where Snow wants to go is where I was when I made that Modern Warfare review.
Right.
I played the piss out of that game. I was just like, yo, this game's dope.
Right.
This is the newest one.
This is the newest one. I was like, yo, the game is dope. Let me just start capturing. But I had already made that investment in, I'm not here to judge.
Right.
I'm not here to record. I'm not here with the sharpshooter eye.
You're here to fucking
I'm just here to play the game. I'm here to ruin people's fucking Saturday afternoon. Yeah, and then I was like, all right, cool. I had already explored a good bit of the game and let me just slap together an opinion.
Right.
That's literally where it came. I didn't care how long it was.
Right.
I didn't care if it was structured or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it was just a conversation piece about Modern Warfare that I just happened to label review.
Right.
But now we've been doing this for 5-6 years now.
Right.
Maybe longer.
As far as ignorant gamers on YouTube goes,
Maybe longer.
It's approaching 8 years.
Yeah.
So I also know that I can't have the expectation of going back and looking at those numbers and be like, why isn't this video performing? Because I didn't make it to perform.
Right.
I didn't include a hook of Donald Trump says Modern Warfare is amazing. Tune in. I didn't give no hook in the first 15 seconds of why somebody should watch all the way through. Right. I didn't put Donald Trump in the title. Donald Trump versus Kanye versus Modern Warfare 3.
Right.
Right? I didn't put any. I put Modern Warfare review. And then in the tags, ignorant gamers. I'm out. I didn't even care about any of the other shit.
But hold on about the hook in the thing. Our original videos had hooks in the beginning.
And we had growth in the beginning.
No. We had hooks throughout our channel. That didn't matter.
I think we didn't dial in how to do it right. No, we were still learning.
It didn't matter. As long as you introduce what you about to do and then you go into the thing.
Pepsi, sir, please.
And then you go into the thing, that's the hook. It doesn't really matter.
Okay, understand.
We followed it. Like, even if you go back to our first video where we was guessing what the Xbox 720.
Sure.
Son, it's all in there.
Hold on. Get that psst on. Get that psst.
No one cares about this.
It's not even there.
No, it's not.
No one cares about this mediocre ass not Coke soda,
that.
son.
Get it anyway.
Yo, shout out to Pepsi.
Yeah, Pepsi rules, son. Wasn't that a commercial? Pepsi rules.
Except
Some
that
shit
they
like
don't.
that.
Coca-Cola's smashing them.
You only buy Coke cans to step on them to get to the Pepsi button.
I only buy
like
Coke.
That storytelling.
I only buy Coke cans to get into Six Flags.
I buy Coke
This
cans
is
to
true.
support the local lady checking through the garbage. Everyone needs to
Support your local
Support your
dumpster
local-
diver.
Yeah.
She will get Pepsi bottles from me.
Because what I've learned, these people don't have to do it. It's just something they do. So
That's cool. They make money off me.
Yeah, but they're doing it to get the financially and get an increase.
Everybody has a hustle, B.
Yeah, they hustling.
shit. So I
continue, yeah.
I get, you'll get there. Make it fun again, and then you can make it an outlet. But then as making it an outlet, meaning putting out the content, putting out the video, don't allow it to get to the part where, like, you know what, I want 1 million subscribers now.
Yeah.
Because we'll be right back in this fucking, like, I had to not give a fuck. I had to learn not to give a fuck.
But in not giving a fuck, like anybody will tell you, if you don't already know, and I know you guys know, I come home and I'm in YouTube every day,
Sure.
all day. So I'm watching how different people give their product to us in their way. And I'm asking myself, listen, first question is, are they experiencing the same level of fatigue
Yes.
that we are?
Oh, son, they complain
Yes.
all the time.
Everybody's complaining. Linus is quitting.
Yeah, Linus is talking about retiring. Son, I'm seeing, it's a big thing. Like, YouTubers are like, fuck this.
And you know what?
And YouTube made it easy, actually, because the last round of algorithms,
Right.
I'm talking about like a year and a half, 2 years back, substantially cut the amount of money they make.
So you know what?
People are less susceptible to dealing with this fucking anxiety.
You know what I feel? What I feel has to happen. Any content creator on YouTube has to say, "Fuck YouTube."
Mm-hmm.
You know what? If this is what YouTube wants a content creator to do, push out a video 6 times a week, push out a video 30 times a month. You know what? Every content creator says, fuck that. I'm pushing out a video once a week and that's it.
Sure.
And watch how YouTube says, oh shit, what the fuck is going on? Why are these content creators not pushing content or not pushing content, pushing content once a week or not pushing content at all? Saying, you know what? We're done with YouTube. Let's see how YouTube responds.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we're living under the thumb of YouTube and Google and whomever. Like,
let's be real here. We also drive a lot of that.
yeah.
You get what I mean? So
power of the dollar.
YouTube is not the one saying is not exactly the one in people's houses creating 6 videos a week.
Right.
All of these motherfuckers are.
But I think that's the power of the dollar. That's that YouTube sting. Right. You got stung by the YouTube mosquito.
I feel like it's a relationship. Yo, you gotta want to be in this. If you want this reward, here's what you have to do.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Like, ain't nobody told you to fucking, all right, fam, like, then go get a job. That's where we are, right? Like, this shit don't really burn us that bad.
Right.
I mean, we put a fuck ton of work in and it burns, but, like, we have jobs.
Forget about the ton of work part, bro. Like, we put money in it, too.
I mean, you put money in it. Yeah, of course.
Luxury is the time. I did enjoy the time until it fell on me. But at the same time, like, it's the money thing. You know what I mean?
And
I get it.
And everybody that is a content creator. Everyone in this room is a content creator. And
I'm a rapper.
I get it. But in the back of everyone's mind has to be, how can I make money off of this? How can I profit?
Sure.
And when you are doing everything that when you clicked on the YouTube video, how to be a YouTuber, and you follow all the steps of how to be a YouTuber, and you did exactly what they said, but your return has not come in. Now it's like, okay, am I doing something wrong? You start to question your craft.
It could be that. It could be, do you have the wrong expectations of what a reward looks like?
Right.
It's just, I look at those.
Am I talking about the right shit?
I look at those
absolutely.
YouTubers, like how to be a YouTube video, the same way as like when you go to see a buying guide or when you go to the store, because we all play ball, right?
Right.
What's the number one?
I don't fucking play ball.
What's the number one thing?
You ain't shit.
What's the number one thing that you see? What's the number one thing that you see? Like when somebody come to the court, if they wearing matching everything, headbands, jersey shorts, that he's trash.
He's trash.
He's trash.
Listen,
that's the number one thing you think. Like, he's trash.
I want to stop you there.
Because he's trash.
No.
Listen to this. Let's go.
The last ball. One of the last times I played ball, I actually played ball in that joint on Glenwood. It's on Glenwood. It's in one of the warehouse, big ass. Anyway, we went in there. There was a couple of people from my job, and I played, and my shots wasn't falling, but I out rebounded everyone that day.
The game of basketball is not won by rebounds.
Yes, it is. Second chance shots.
Sir, we're not going to get in this.
Yeah.
Either way,
I got the rock in the trunk. We could rock when we're ready.
Are we playing in the rain?
Yeah, why not?
I played in the rain.
Bro, if it was snowing, we would shovel the court. Like,
well, listen.
we take it back for real.
Let me get both my knee braces, and I'll brace up. See, that's the one that you got to worry about.
Pretty
the
much.
one with the knee braces and shit on.
We'll play horse for you.
So you got, I don't know if you guys saw that video I did a while back. This was one of the first videos that I've done in like a year. And I did it like 2 or 3 months back. That was I did it on the photography channel. And it was pretty much just me denouncing my relationship with Instagram.
Yeah.
As a photographer.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, fuck this, I am out.
It is, and not the end all be
This
all.
is very much what you were saying just now.
Yeah.
Like, son, and I had 10,000 followers, and I hit that goal. That was a goal I set for myself.
Right.
I got it, and then I was like, well, what the fuck is it even worth? You know what I mean? Like, there's people in my inbox, yo, you want to shoot, but ain't nobody's like, yo, I'm looking for a portrait photographer for $400 or $500 a session. Like, that shit, I went from 0 to 10,000, and I still didn't get that opportunity from Instagram.
Yeah.
Any opportunity I've gotten to make money in photography came directly from referrals from people that I've worked with, or 1 or 2 from my site. So I'm still looking at Instagram like, what the fuck's the point? And I putting wild amounts of effort. Like, the effort that we were putting into LD as a brand on YouTube, when that turned off, that went directly into my Instagram. Hours on top of hours on top of hours of work. And it was like, for fucking what? Yeah. So I pretty much just took my ball and went home. Like, yo, I haven't posted my Instagram in months. If you want to see my work, it's not that I stopped. Yeah, I stopped shooting. It's not that my work stopped getting better. But if you want to see my work, go to my fucking website.
Site. Yep,
I control this.
Absolutely.
I don't wake up with angst.
What I tell you, your website is always going to be cash, and cash is always going to be king.
For sure.
Yep.
I've been telling you that for like
Yep.
a decade and some change now.
And like, just to speak on Instagram, so I have looked. I want to say, when did they reset their algorithm before the whole we're not showing your likes thing?
They do it every fucking 4 or 5 months.
Okay,
Supposedly.
So I would say between last year, beginning of the year, and say the summertime. So that at that point, everything seemed to be cool. After that, son, I post, I tag relevant tags. I have yet since then to get any more followers. I'm locked at 500.
Oddly enough, I'm still getting some, and I'm doing nothing.
So
what the fuck?
Well, I'm gonna tell you what's probably happening. You're probably getting hit with the shadow ban.
Who, Tawan?
Yeah,
It's possible.
you're probably getting hit with the shadow ban.
Oh, shadow ban for what?
Well,
So
if you use a lot
like,
of those spammy tags.
Well, not even the spammy tags. If you're using the same tag all the time.
Yeah.
I change my tags up every
But
time.
if there's LD kicks in there all the time.
Yeah, the shadow ban shit happens.
Son, that is horse shit.
It's on the
Right,
Instagram.
that's Instagram. They can do what they want.
I played this game with them motherfuckers. Son, and this is the point, right? Because you want to be. What's your goal to posting on your Instagram account?
What do you mean?
What do you want to get out of it?
Just followers, exposure.
Jeez, you want to be Insta famous.
I don't want to be anything famous.
See, but this is
I'd rather be popular.
But this is my point. Are you posting your sneakers because they're dope, or are you like, nah, I want to be the authority on sneakers?
I want to be the authority on sneakers.
Right. This is, you got to play by the rules. You got to get your ass in the engagement groups. You got to get bots to go out there and like all people's shit.
Son, did you say bots?
You got to do these things, right? Because that's the only way you'll get up there. Or you just post your image and you don't tag it because you don't give a fuck if anyone sees it or not, because this is dope to me.
Right.
And that's that. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where I am. That's where I took my ball and went the fuck home. Like, son, I don't care. Yeah. I'm doing this for me. I may post my link out on Facebook or whoever.
Right.
And it's crazy because people actually like read my blog posts. I swear to God, I feel like people weren't reading any of the shit I put on Instagram.
No one.
And this is what I meant, like when I said, like I feel
passive.
Yes,
everything is passive now.
And I feel like when I said we were ignorant to it, like that little piece is what I meant by ignorant.
Son, but how many times have I been saying like, "Yo, just post, don't worry about it."
Yeah.
I was like, and I even said it too, like, "Yo, calm down on the tags."
Yeah.
Like even with the IGZ Twitter. Instagram. I just got in the habit of just like, yo, I'm going to post once because I was taking advantage of so-and-so haven't posted in a while. See that person's post.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Now that if I was still in it, I wouldn't do that strategy anymore because you can't see who's like what now.
Yep.
Right.
Like now, how many people like your photo? Not that part, but being in the feed of who's liking what. Like you lose that ability now. I know what the replacement is, but I don't feel like chasing that now. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm like, I have to be involved. I can afford to pull out right now because for my job, that information isn't being used, and I'm not going to take no shots at my job right now. But like, I'm retired from that for right now, and even with that retirement, I'm still ahead of the game because I understand it's like the difference of knowing and then doing.
Yeah.
So,
I think you said it right. An outlet.
Yeah.
It's got to be either or. It's either it's an outlet for you, which means it's a creative process. It's like you just put in this is what I do. This is what I like.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like singing in the shower. That's an outlet.
So way before YouTube, I was making videos and doing stupid stuff.
So it's either you got to pick either an outlet or you're chasing a goal.
Right.
The in-between shit will leave you wildly fucking frustrated and lost and just... You know what I mean? And I picked a side with the photography. I think Snow, you'll pick a side soon.
85% gas.
Tawan, you'll pick
and
a
Mustang.
side. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. So yeah.
Speaking of retirement.
So for sure, word. So I guess between and now. So between and now, then segue into retirement. Between and now, then and now. I had a conversation with somebody that came on the job at the same time that I did. They were actually in my very class, and I think, and they said, yo, have you gone to see about your numbers for retirement? And I said, no. I said I would do that when I go on vacation. I'm actually on vacation now for 2 weeks. So hit the fucking applause button, my man. Yeah. Can I get an applause? We got an applause? There we go. There we go. So basically, she said, well, you don't have to go down to the office. You can actually call them and get what's called a retirement summary. So I'm like, oh, really? I was just always under the impression you can just go down there, you sit with them, they do the crunch the numbers, and then they give you and whatever. However, when you call, it takes about a month or two. Like, actually, it takes about 3 months. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I called them, and I did whatever she said that I should do, and I didn't get all the information, but I just followed the first step, and that was the call. And I could be or might be retired by the end of July.
Very nice.
Wow.
So and
very nice.
I was like, the first
brownies,
thing,
here we come.
Yeah, because that was the first thing me and my wife was actually talking about it. We was talking about, like, okay, so the first thing what I want to do is when that actually happens is what bag of weed on whose dispensary will I be present at to get my indulgence?
We can make a run to Boston.
We can make a run to New Jersey.
Is it?
Yes.
Not recreational.
No.
You got to have a car.
No. You got to. Yes, you have to have a car.
Which I may or may not know someone that can get your car for $400.
Right, but
allegedly.
Right, but as I understand, you can't transport. It's still illegal to transport.
Who's transporting? Y'all would bunker down.
Fam, I tried to smoke all this shit in the truck and I was unable to, so I had to go home.
Well, I'm
not transporting anything.
You have to be someplace, like, you're supposed to smoke as much as you're able to smoke, but you cannot transport past a certain
That's
point.
what we said. Y'all gonna have to bunker down for the weekend, B.
Yeah, well, listen, we'll call Pat.
So
put us up in one of these fucking hotels. And but I was
That's
just
good news.
Yeah, it was really
fuck you,
really,
by the way.
Yeah.
My retirement's death, so
Same here.
That's the private sector.
Yeah,
and
good shit.
Retail, but yeah, man. So basically, I was like, all right, so what the fuck am I gonna do? I'm looking at numbers. Numbers are looking the pension numbers, because they're doing some real fuck shit. How they calculate pension. So normally it would be your best 3 out of your last 5, or your best 3 consecutive years. So it's just really.
But isn't that in your benefit?
Yes, it would be in my benefit until they take 10. Until let's say the last 5 years, I have numbers like 157, 114, 111, 18, and 101. So the best of that 5 is obviously the 157. However, so they'll take the best, which is 157, the 114, and the 108. And then the 102, 101, or what have you, it doesn't contribute to it. It actually drops it. There's some way how they calculate it, where they're not allowed to go over 10% of whatever those numbers are, which means that I would have to consistently and consecutively hit the target of 157.
But that's not realistic in today's world, because they cap you guys on overtime.
Yes, they do. But even, let's say if I hit the cap every month, so our cap is 57 hours.
Okay.
So if I make 57 hours every month, you can hit that target number, or what have you. And there are times, well, right now I can't, because we've been flooded with officers or people at my building. However, so it becomes very difficult to even get overtime.
Sure.
But in order, like, I did good this year, 2019, I did good.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
Let me hold $20.
I'll cash app you.
Sweet.
So,
and that Zune on the table, I'll take that as well.
you think is really plotting on my Zune, son?
Let me get that.
Son.
My bad. Go ahead, man. $20 in the Zune.
Yeah. So, so the pension check numbers is lower than I expected. However, there are other things that we get, like we get annuity.
So what? How did you know what to expect for your pension?
There is,
know what I'm getting at.
There's a guesstimation. So because
from who?
From the entity that would provide.
You see this number like every year or some shit like that? Got it.
There's always, like, it's not like I just work and it's aimless and I don't know shit about what my future holds. There's a, like, I could pull it up on the computer.
There's a portal, you can see a dashboard type shit.
Yeah, and it's several. There's one for retirement, and then there's one for your weekly or bi-weekly paycheck. And you could see the numbers.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So you're saying at one point the numbers were better than what they're looking like for you in a few months?
No, what I'm saying is the numbers to me, because everyone was always under the impression, if your numbers, even if your numbers was a little lower, it's still fine. But even if I hit,
but pension is based on your numbers, your actual numbers.
Pension
is not a 401k.
No, it's not.
Right.
It's not. This is a set up service pension plan. And it's based on how much you make a year. And
so from what I've always understood, pensions were a 401k is a very structured thing. Yeah. Pensions, however, are not, because each company or government entity,
right,
they kind of do it differently based on how the employees, I don't know, how they work or whatever.
Right.
So to me, it sounds like you guys should have had a full grip on this from way the fuck. And also because your job goes through a lot of different negotiations.
Yes.
That's the crazy thing.
Yes.
So the negotiation when you came in, it's different from right, and all that shit affects all of you, not just.
So what happens is, when I started my job, let's say this is the structure, this is what it is right here. So now at this point, or let's say I started in 2000, so at 2008 they said that they decided to say, okay, it will remain the same, but we have to throw this in. Because you want to know why? Because too many of you motherfuckers is making over 200,000 a year, and you're not even at the level to make that much. But you're making overtime.
Right.
So it has to be a way to cap that.
Yeah, agreed.
So here they institute this. However, because sometimes we don't read. We like to watch and listen, but we don't read. And it was a small portion. It was same font size.
About that 10%.
About the 10%. And it went over everyone's head. So now we are the class. This class, and maybe 2000, I say maybe up to 2008 are the last set of classes that can make can really pad your pension, and really pad it well.
Right.
So they had the pension company has to come in and say, nah, they making too much money.
Yeah.
We can't deny them totally, but we have to do something about how much money we're paying out, because we're going to be bankrupt.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, everyone has a worth.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So this is how they they taper
Got
how much you can really and truly make in somewhat sense of saying.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a downside for me. However,
Yeah, but you'll still be okay.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And there's also annuity. I'll throw the number out there. Something like 25 after taxes. It's like 18 and change.
A month?
No, it's 25,000.
For the year?
Yes.
Okay.
And then there's a variable that they throw in that's something like, I want to say 12 and some you get something.
Okay, that's not bad.
So, and then there are other things, whatever the case then is, you have the 401. I have a 401 and a 401 and a 401 and a 457.
Yeah.
So one of them actually, I don't remember if it's the 401 or the 457. You're not allowed to get into your like 650, 60.
That might be
like
a 401k because you got to be technically
retirement
I think,
age.
Yeah. So I've seen this very same thing happen with 401k because for 401k there is a percentage you're not allowed to. There's like a hard number.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I've seen motherfuckers, live at home, good for them,
Mm-hmm.
and like I'm gonna contribute 40% of my check to 401k.
Right.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, it's a tax-free bank account for you.
Right.
And your job will only match up to like 6, 7, 12, whatever it is.
Right.
Most these days, companies go up to like 6%. My job isn't even matched, so I don't fuck. But they didn't know that you can hit that number.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanna put in 40%,
Mm-hmm.
which is some wild fucking number of your check
Yeah,
that goes in there tax-free. And when you hit that raw, that like I don't know what it is, let's say 60,000 a year or some shit.
Right.
They just won't take it anymore.
Right. So
And motherfuckers, they'll be like in June or August, like, yo, what the fuck is going on? I was like, yo, you have to understand how this shit works.
you maxed out your 401k
Right.
for the year. They are not going to
Right.
take more.
Because that's abuse, right? Because let's look at it. Let's think about it from the American stance. And what makes the upper class is because at some point either them or someone in their family figured out how to fucking take advantage of the system.
Yeah, pretty
Absolutely.
much.
So if you need to get this $90,000 up for a house,
Right.
what do? There's no cap on 401k, fam. There's no penalty
Right.
for having a first time home buyer take that money out and use it for your home.
Right. Right.
So what do? I'm putting 60%
Yep.
of my 401k tax free.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like somebody at the government's got to be like, nah, fam, that's not what it's for.
Yeah.
Right.
And
You know what I mean?
Right.
That was me. So here it is. I wasn't putting, because I think the max you can put is 50% and it's broken between your 401 and your 457. So it's 25.
Okay.
So now, here it is. You can take a non contestable loan
Right.
against your 401k or your 457 or both at the same time.
Yeah.
So you take that, and I think the most you can pull from it is 20 and 15.
That might be a 457 thing because 401k you can empty out.
Nah. They won't let me empty out.
Oh, so that's
there's another
probably okay.
Right, but there's another type of loan. There is a loan against your pension, and then there's it's something else. So there's one that will penalize you definitely.
Sure. Yeah.
Then there's one that, hey, you just make sure you pay the shit back.
Yeah.
In such time. So the one that you just make sure you pay it back, that they won't fuck with you for taking it out.
And they'll probably look at how long you've been on the job to approve it or not. Because if you go take that loan out now, there's no chance of you paying it back, right?
Yeah, I took one out last year. so no, it's just like, no, you pay it back.
Oh, they'll probably take it out of your lump sum when you get it.
Who knows? Who knows? I don't even know. I'm not really, but at the end of the day, people are taking loans from their pension, and they'll take a pension loan and buy $150,000 car,
a
house, whatever.
I ain't judging. Your money, you work for it. You do what the fuck you want.
That's a fact.
But this has been a thing with people our generation.
Yeah.
And the boomers have been making noise about this because they've seen it. People retiring and not having fucking money to live.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you ever went to Wendy's and see like old woman Sally
working,
that's why she's there.
Yeah.
I mean, the other part of it too is that they get bored and they want to do something. But you ever see old motherfuckers just like, my man, why aren't you home, rest?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, because they can't.
Yeah. No.
And you don't really want to be in that situation.
Yeah, because inflation.
I mean, it's just an education thing, and that's dope about our generation. We're part of that generation where our parents were just fighting to put food on the table.
Right.
Now we learn certain things, and we're not fighting to put food on the table. We're fighting to educate our kids.
Yeah.
On something that's a little farther along than just keeping the lights on. And
one thing I can say, and I guess this can kind of segue us into the next topic about babies, is when I speak about babies, I'll speak more definitively about like millennials. Millennials have a way of doing things that is so progressive and so far removed from like the baby boomer or right before that term, right before, I don't know what they call just racist motherfuckers. That's what that generation is. Just racist motherfuckers. Yeah, but each generation should be progressive and disruptive. And that's the thing. They are progressive, and they are so progressive and so disruptive to what is. It's like now, and that's more like about the topic we wasn't going to talk about. That's more like when what I was talking about, how we would have that discussion. Yeah. How there is a group of people that says, nah, we not with that. All colors, of all creeds, we're not with what he stands for. Sure. However, we are going to, and what makes me feel like, how did it go south in 2016? So this is like, millennials who put Barack Obama in office. The getting out early in the morning saying, yo, you know what? This is what we're going to do. We're going in there and we're going to vote. These types of things, and just to even reel it back into changing and upsetting the system. That is what millennials do best. They question everything, sometimes to a fault, but they question any and everything. Yeah. On to Baby Yoda. What do you think, son? Me? Baby Yoda? Because he's a fucking millennial, son. I think Baby Yoda's evil as fuck. Son, how you gonna choke the rebel bitch? How do you not recognize, fam? She's on your side. Yo,
ABG.
Yeah, you're right. Gets it. You're right.
So I think the idea that they were going towards, and if you guys don't know what the hell we're talking about, spoiler alert. Baby Yoda chokes the shit out of the fucking shock trooper.
What's her name? Cara Dune. I really like her character. Yeah, I really like her character. Yeah,
does she die?
It's a female.
Does she die?
No, she don't die.
She's cute though. Am I off my rocket here? She's pretty.
She is a MMA fighter.
Get the fuck out of here.
Dead serious.
Wow.
Dead serious. She's an MMA fighter. And I was like, son, I'm like, where the fuck do I know her face from? Because you know what else she was also on? Fast and the Furious.
Now I know who you're talking about. Yeah. She had the fight scene
that beat the shit out of the Spanish girl.
Yeah. I had my other baby.
Do not recall.
The fight in.
So remember when Han got beat up with Tyrese?
That happened a lot. Yes. Oh shit.
And then remember
when they went in that garage.
And then remember the flip side, the two chicks fighting.
Yes.
Oh, that was her
in Dubai.
Yeah. So she gained a little more weight.
No, they were in Abu Dhabi.
Or something like that. Yeah.
She gained a little more weight. She got thicker. Like,
well, she was
muscular.
She was solid. She was just out of MMA there. Right. So she was like dish.
In that movie.
But now she's a little more slimmer.
I like her.
But you can still see her UFC definition.
Yeah.
So
You don't want no smoke when she shows up.
Listen, I'm a big guy. Yeah. I think everyone in here are fairly big guys.
I'm the slimmest guy here, so
listen, this is what it is. But I don't want no smoke with her.
Nah, fam. Generally speaking, I don't want smoke with any woman because they, we got balls, they don't.
Yeah.
So they always got that one exit button.
Yeah. Ours is a panic button.
Yeah, like
so I need to be Shaolin monks like me,
bitch. Yeah. Ha, my iron balls.
So, but yeah, I think
didn't she try that on Pai Mei?
Did it?
Somebody tried that on.
Somebody tried that on Pai Mei. He just flicked his beard.
Ha. Lips moving, then the words follow.
Yes.
But yeah, no. So what I think that the idea that they were trying to go with when he force choked I don't know her character name, but I know she's
Cara Dune.
Is that it?
Yeah, you said it, Cara Dune.
Oh yeah. Well, she's a shock trooper for the not the Empire, for the Rebels.
Yeah.
So the idea is that Baby Yoda can be either good or bad.
Right.
It depends on what he is exposed to. If you raise a child to be a misfit and allow them to run awry as misfits may do, then that's what you're going to end with. Yeah. So he force choked her because they were arm wrestling.
Yeah, I think he sensed fuckboy in danger.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like real danger. He was like, fuck, I'm about to lose this.
Right. And everybody thought for that moment, whoa, what the fuck? The force choking is an aspect of the dark side.
Yes.
But it's not. It's an aspect of the force.
Yeah.
And usually Jedi wouldn't force choke a person, but fuck it.
Baby Yoda's Baby Yoda, B.
Yeah, man.
I think he's evil.
I don't think he's evil.
What would make it better TV for you later? Him being evil? Because then you gotta do the whole arc for that and all blah blah blah.
But it's not even because people see Yoda and assume he's they see Yoda species.
Yeah.
And they assume they're all good.
Because George Lucas was too lazy to give Yoda species a name.
Right. So
all we know is Yoda, and then there was the Yoda girl.
Yaddle.
Fucking originality there.
Yeah, that's terrible.
I mean,
so Baby Yoda's name is real Yonkel or some shit.
So Yoda
it could be.
So Yoda isn't Yoda's name. That's
Yoda,
where we're getting at right now, right?
No, Yoda is Yoda.
Yoda is his name.
Yoda is Yoda's name.
But what's the name of the species?
He doesn't have
that's what I'm saying.
The green shit that'll fuck you up.
So then the Yaddle thing is extreme laziness.
Yeah.
Because it was a Yaddle because she's a chick?
Probably.
Yeah, see? Heroin.
Probably. So I think people see...
I can't believe y'all really want me to watch all this crap.
You got to watch it, son, because you need to see how bad the last movie was.
I can just watch...
Not the latest movie.
I probably just watch just like action scenes. I don't need to
you
listen to that other stuff.
You'll be upset.
Son, The Mandalorian, I feel like if you said, fuck the movies, I'm going to watch The Mandalorian.
I agree.
You'll be like, yo, this shit's tough.
It's good.
This shit's tough.
Well,
now
it's good.
The movie, The Mandalorian may make you feel like I want to know more.
Rogue One will do that too.
Yeah. So
Rogue One will do. How did Rogue One do in the reviews?
It was okay. It was good. It wasn't incredible.
Is that because people are expecting like a Star Wars movie? And not like some side story shit?
Yeah.
Because I didn't see too many holes in the movie itself.
No, because they had a floor plan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, what happened after this?
Right.
Okay, they're building something that's terror to the galaxy.
Okay.
We need to get a hold and a grip of that.
And I like that droid. K1.
K2S.
Yeah, K2. My man said, why did she get a blaster and I don't? Straight snitch shit.
Yeah,
She was like, what the fuck?
and he was actually an Imperial droid.
He was an Imperial droid
that was repurposed.
My man came in this shit, get ready to move off, and he was like, why did she get a blaster and I don't? Like some straight jealous shit.
Yeah.
Like hilarious.
Like, no, you ain't getting no blaster.
Yeah.
You ex-Imperial droid.
Then my man said, you're letting her keep it?
Yeah,
that's pretty funny.
You didn't see that? You didn't see Rogue One?
He didn't see any Star Wars shit.
I avoid all Star Wars.
Why? It has
Son,
nothing to do with Michael Jordan.
Bro,
or McDonald's.
It's
just upset.
absolutely true.
You avoid everything that will bring you happiness.
I could avoid it now because they're signed to Disney, and if we're gonna play the moral rule,
fuck Disney.
If we're gonna play the moral rule, then I'll never see Mandalorian.
See episode 1 for why it's fuck Disney.
Was that episode 1 or episode 2?
Episode 1, I believe.
Fuck Disney.
But you know, I'll get around to it some days. But until then, Spaceballs is the best Star Wars.
Son, yo, look.
Or
So you
what about
watch
the Family Guy
Spaceballs?
ones?
No, the Family Guy ones might be number one.
Family Guy
genius.
It might be
was
over.
number 1.
It might be number 1 now.
Spaceballs is a distant number 2. Distant.
I may have to go with that.
And then there's The Last Jedi.
So, fuck. Try to get me
Holy shit.
robbed.
So,
But I think it wouldn't make for good story if Baby Yoda was evil, because I hate to see the fact that people automatically think because they see a green shit with big ears, he's a Jedi.
yeah, but that's
Because
of,
people are Siths and people are Jedi. You know what I mean? Like,
So maybe not Baby Yoda itself, right? I don't want to assign gender, right?
yeah, because no one ever said.
Because no one says. From what I hear, from what I'm seeing,
They refer to him
everyone's
as a
just
he.
right?
And let's be clear.
some people say
cut
it.
you off, Snow.
Right.
To say Baby Yoda is to underlyingly assume that he is a he and not a she or an it.
What do you call a
Or actually
girl
Yoda.
baby?
Baby girl.
Oh, you mean the name, Baby
Yes,
Yoda, because Yoda's
a man.
Got it.
So to assume that, why couldn't it be
Yoda
Baby
and
Yaddle? Why couldn't it be Baby Yaddle?
Because who the fuck is she? What did she do besides sit in that chair?
And this is the
While
trash.
Anakin is-
This is the trash I want me to watch because
I don't know,
hold
send
up,
you this
hold up,
trash.
because
Go ahead.
Yaddle
Trash.
is supposed to be the female name. Like, so is there a third green person walking around? And
Yeah,
what's that
Baby
person's
Yoda.
name?
Baby Yoda.
So is it not Yoda or is it?
I don't know.
Yeah,
fam.
see?
Well, we
See?
have to, listen.
They said he's the child. They said to refer to him as the child.
Yeah, they refer
The golden child? You know the
The
golden child is
child.
actually a girl, right?
Well,
Yes.
Yeah, but it was supposed to be a boy in The Golden Child.
See?
We talking about the
are.
Eddie Murphy
Yes,
shit?
we are.
Yes.
But it was supposed to be a boy. But it was a girl that was playing it.
It was charactered as a boy, but the character, the playing actor was a girl. Is naturally a girl.
So therefore, another movie that's
very
better than
attractive
Star
girl at
Wars,
this point.
another thing that's better than Star Wars is the Golden Child.
Son, look, man.
You're not gonna get anywhere with me as long as I keep poking holes in something that I'm not actually watching.
Son, you can't poke holes in something that you have not watched.
Yes, I can.
You have to watch it.
I am
and say,
American.
You know what?
I am American.
So you're gonna poke holes.
I can poke holes in anything.
And drive Mustangs.
That's what I've learned in school, in American school system.
Can I have an iPhone charger, please?
Son,
I would like an iPhone charger for my
iPhone
Samsung.
charger cable.
I would like an iPhone charger for my Samsung.
okay, so this is how we fix this.
Yeah, pass that battery shit yonder, sir.
Son,
All right, so
now you will both charge the devices at the same time.
no, I got one over here rocking. We
Bro,
just
I don't have an eye product, so I don't need to run to a battery.
pass that lightning cable, son.
So here's for that.
Mind you, I want to let everybody know
that.
that Ramon's phone has been on a charger all morning, and he needs a battery. He ain't been recording for 2 hours.
Nah, son, this is the iPhone.
Yeah, because you know what's going on with your Samsung.
My Samsung ain't been charging in about 24 hours. It's on 19%.
Well, guess what? Fuck that
Nah.
Samsung.
Nah,
Fuck that.
I don't need your iJuice for my
This
Samsung.
dude just
fam.
hand me a micro cord, this peasant cord. I am USB-C.
You know what?
Yeah,
Fuck both of y'all.
Yeah, he got
Fuck,
this.
because yo,
Don't get mad. iPhone's coming. It's coming.
Ramon with the smart shit. He says he gets
USB-C is coming to Apple.
He gets in the truck this afternoon or this
Son.
morning and says, yo, you ain't got no USB-C cord.
Son, it's
in here?
a 2022 truck.
It's a 2017.
What's the fucking difference?
All I'm saying is, when people were getting in the 500 with me, there was the iPhone cord. That's all I'm saying.
Was there a USB-C?
Yeah, because I have a USB-C phone.
Fam, I don't let people in my cars with iPhones. Problem solved.
Son, but you have an
Check
iPhone.
your phone. Son, that's me.
But you drive, so you're not getting in this car.
Check your phone at the door. Put the shit under the tire. Let's roll.
Son, I don't. Let me make sure.
Put it next to the starter.
Spill this shit all over the fucking place.
All right, so
shouldn't we have people here to fucking pour our fucking beverages and shit?
Did you guys see Kevin Hart's Cold as Balls thing?
Cold as balls.
Which episode?
I don't know. I've been watching it because you know the YouTube shit.
I watch it.
You
from
watch
time
one
to time.
and they all come up. I like he's got this white hand shit that.
Yeah,
this is a
that pops
motherfucker
in the
laying
back.
down. He just a white hand.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah,
it's pretty fucking funny. So we need a white hand to just reach out and pass this shit.
Just a white hand.
It's just a white hand.
No arm attached.
Nah, you can't really see. Motherfucker just reach up. It's pretty funny.
What the fuck?
You should check it out. It's pretty
you
funny.
should check it.
But
check him out with the Bella twins. Shout out to the Bella twins.
I did see that, and I don't know what was happening there because I didn't know who they were.
Who are they?
They should go down in history, in the modern day history for women's wrestling and everything they've done. So,
I'm sorry, I don't watch wrestling.
They dope.
Wrestling, not to dive off.
Oh, please don't do that.
Son, wrestling they have really been catering to female wrestlers.
They should.
It's been long overdue.
They should.
They don't?
They have. They
do now.
But
okay.
really, the last time I watched, what is it, Monday Night Raw? Something, whatever Raw. I would think it was on Thursdays or some shit.
It wasn't Monday Night Raw.
SmackDown.
SmackDown's now been moved to Friday.
Where
so you must have been watching a long time ago.
You have cable?
Oh, it came on basic TV.
Yeah, SmackDown.
Channel 9.
Yeah, so that's the OG.
So I'm not supposed to be shocked. You have basic TV?
That's the OG. Right, over there. He has over there.
Listen, I have it over there.
Son.
His channel is 9.1.
No, my channel is 509.
Oh, they moved it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's been 500 is basic.
I don't
so you
anything
that's right. You said
TV.
basic cable, not over there. That's not over there. You got basic cable. That's different.
Yeah, I mean it's cable.
It's basic.
With basic.
Yeah, it's basic cable.
Whatever, motherfucker. So the Bella twins.
Yeah,
good that women are getting it just doing wrestling.
But
I don't want to get into this, but I do want to mention it because we brought it up. Like they had the Women's Royal Rumble. I think like maybe last year or 2 years ago, and it was pretty dope. They had
a women's Royal Rumble, so it's just women in a Royal Rumble.
Just women.
When does Me Too get a hold of this? Because I want to see
they've been on it.
Well, to rumble with men.
They've been kind of ignoring it.
Royal Rumble started with men.
So okay. So you mentioned that, right? So there's one chick, and I apologize, my sister, I forgot her name. She did some black on black crime stuff. Give the soundbite. She knocked out a fellow black person, took his spot, and entered the ring under his number for the Royal Rumble. And she came in and she did some damage, and then the homie Randy Orton hit her with the RKO, and then Rey Mysterio did something to her, and then they eliminated her. So a woman has officially touched down in the Royal Rumble again. I believe China's done it too.
I like it.
I can't remember. That's back when I was really watching. I think China's done it as well, but someone has done it since.
She has to be retired at this point.
Oh, bro. Google that.
Yeah.
Really?
She's kind of like Undertaker now that just resurfaced.
Please. Y'all using RP China.
Yeah.
She died?
Yeah.
Is she?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I totally didn't realize that. Wait, hold on.
Y'all didn't say. I had to say it because you said coming back from the dead and Undertaker.
And I said Undertaker. Yeah.
Oh shit!
RP China, baby.
Son, she's dead, and that string of conversation just now was crazy.
I just went.
That was
left.
Nuts.
Sorry to hear that.
I didn't realize that she was. Yeah, she passed away.
Six Pac was heartbroken.
I know. Six Pac is still alive.
X-Pac, yeah.
X-Pac.
I don't know who the fuck that is, but
1, 2, 3 Kid, X-Pac, Six Pac. Yeah, he was heartbroken. They were together.
That was his girl.
That was his lady. That was his woman.
She's a big girl.
She was beautiful.
She is.
No, well.
Oh, so yeah.
So, not entirely a segue, but
Yeah.
We might as well get to the next one.
Well, we was talking. Look, I guess.
How good was the Mandalorian? Final thought on that.
Since we just went really left.
How good was the Mandalorian?
I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah, I'd give it a 5.
You ain't gonna argue.
I'd give it a 5.
I get it a D&W.
All right. Well,
did not watch.
You got to put it on the list, man. It's pretty good.
It's just watch it.
Yeah.
And then you be the judge, and then you come back on this podcast and say, I was digging it.
Yeah.
Because you can watch all of them at one time.
Going with no expectations, and then you'll just... And you don't even need to be big into Star Wars lore shit to really enjoy it.
But do y'all... just for the listeners, y'all do know I love the world of Star Wars without even having to watch it. Like, I consume...
No, I think you're a fucking hater.
I consume almost everything except the movies and the shows. Like, I see the art, I see the video games.
Do you have a Baby
music.
Yoda?
Not currently. There was one I was working on, but
so them shits are expensive.
Yeah, that's the problem right now. So
it's not my problem. I need it.
You know, the video games I've always played. I've had toys. I've actually worked on a website back when I was, fresh in the web game for Star Wars toys, a website that was dedicated to toys. I've had to archive over thousands of toys back in the year 2000, 2001.
Sound like it was better than Destiny.
Shit. Bro, way better than Destiny. And so I'm familiar with a lot of things. I just haven't watched the stuff. And I've seen bits and pieces of the original trilogy. And I've seen the movie. I just don't really remember and don't really connect to it. Like if I saw it come on right now, I if it's not on someone getting shot, I'm gonna change it.
Oh, a couple of people got shot.
Get your life together, son.
Yeah, you really need to.
Are y'all watching what I'm watching though? Nah.
You're not presenting me nothing.
Yeah, what are you watching?
I'll trade you.
Sorry,
I've been watching your fucking South Park.
I've been watching. I've always watched that.
You gotta tell the other side of that story. What was
you
the
made
trade?
me watch Snatch? I didn't understand a fucking word anyone said in that movie.
Time out. What was the trade for South Park though? Game of Thrones.
That was Game of Thrones,
right?
Yes.
So don't say it like I gave you one thing and it wasn't
right,
nothing else.
But you're still wilding.
All right, so
Snatch was good, bro. I don't care what you say.
That's the one with
I liked it.
What's Snatched?
It was the one with Jason Statham and a bunch of
and Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt was in there.
He was a fighter.
Was Don Cheadle?
He was a bare knuckle fighter. Don Cheadle.
Was he in there?
No, it's the
that's
other
A-list.
That's the other
people.
Nah, Snatch is fucking amazing. It's the funniest shit you've ever seen in your life.
All right,
put it on the list for yourself.
Is it technically a heist movie?
I'll definitely watch it.
Heist movie or gangster? I don't know.
Listen,
it might be more heist than gangster.
It's wild hilarious.
Yeah. I'm on it. Yeah. I'll definitely watch it. I brought this to your attention, Ramon. I'll bring this to your attention, Snow.
Listening.
Has anyone watched Rick and Morty?
Yeah, I watch Rick and Morty.
I can't connect with it, but I've seen.
Son,
it's funny-ish to me.
I'm gonna tell you how, because I didn't catch it the very, 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 very first time it was out. I didn't catch it. And then one day I was up watching TV and I just happened to flip by something I never do. Two things I never do anymore in the last 10 years. Watch TV and flip through channels, right? So, because if I do turn something on, I turn to something very specific. And then when that thing goes off, the TV goes off, right? Mm-hmm. So it was late night. I think it was like 3 a.m. I'm flipping through channels. I come across Cartoon Network. All hail the Cartoon Network. It was on, and all it took was them being at the right spot at the right time to tell that joke. I caught the beginning, the middle, and the end of that joke, and it made me understand the show's comedy. And that, therefore, from that point forward, I've been able to watch it.
It's good, Rick and Morty.
It's good.
The comedy in Rick and Morty is not what you expect, like from an American Dad or Family Guy or even Simpsons. The comedy from Rick and Morty is just a very smart granddad's abuse of his grandson.
Yeah.
That's what it really basically boils down to.
It's a lot of moral fiber shit that goes on there. Yeah. It's funny as shit.
And it's wildly funny.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Son, put that on maybe we'll talk about it here. I don't know. Whatever.
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
So this is a return to like 1990 some shit right now. We're going through the browser wars.
2008.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys just like been picking this up lately.
2008.
I haven't really seen a whole lot about it because you got Chrome.
Yep.
You have Edge, which just redid their
I'm proud of you for knowing this, son. Carry on.
browser, the icon. So I guess they're trying to push the narrative forward of them being the better. That is, we'll see. I've been rocking out.
And then there's a
Chrome
reemergence of Firefox.
Firefox is coming from the ashes.
So and this is
listen.
To be honest with you, Firefox took
Son, fuck Firefox.
No.
Bring back Netscape.
No, fuck Netscape.
Yeah, let's go.
Netscape was dope.
Let's go.
I think Firefox got executed prematurely, and it wasn't right.
Firefox was a haven for fucking spamware.
No, Firefox was the Windows Phone of browsers.
It a haven
because
for spam.
That idea of extensions came from Firefox.
Absolutely.
And that idea of extensions is what drew they couldn't keep it stable.
And that's it. That's really it.
Because motherfuckers was running like 15. You had an extension for everything.
Absolutely.
You don't like to see uppercase letters? Install this extension.
Oh.
And then extensions started.
You want to know what's the rank
extensions.
of this SEO on this page? Extension.
You
want to know where these image locations are actually pulling from off this site? Extension.
It got out of control.
Do you want to play Tetris on any website that you go to? Extension.
Yo, listen, Firefox, I felt like it was a great web browser for the MySpace time when everyone was newbie HTML coder.
But you're 1,000% right, because Firefox was more for the techie person,
which is myself,
and that's what the MySpace crowd, you wanted to have fucking how do you do HTML this,
and at the same time had text. Better home security than Internet Explorer.
Yeah,
listen, watch your fucking mouth, sir.
I'm not saying nothing that's not true.
Watch your mouth,
Hold up. I'm not saying nothing that's not true. And the other thing about it, right? As a web developer / designer, graphic designer, blah, 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 right?
Right.
Internet Explorer couldn't show PNGs.
Well, PNGs weren't a recognized standard back then.
And that was a problem because they should have been recognized by at least 2005.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda, motherfucker. Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
I still don't even know if PNGs have their worth besides the...
I would love to challenge you to an extension that disable all PNGs on websites, and you will see what the fuck is up.
What is it, ability to scale, or is just the ability to be the invisible fucking...
No, GIFs, we still use GIFs for invisibility. I mean, we can do that with PNGs too, but like...
when I think of PNG, that's why I do it, because you can have a transparent background.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's looks any better. I don't know. I literally don't know.
It does. You don't want to have, let's say, a 1920 by 1080. You don't want to have a 1920 by 1080 GIF image because, one, all the colors will not show.
Right. GIF. Right. What about JPEG though?
But JPEG
PNG?
can't do transparencies.
Right, but what if you don't need transparency?
If you don't need transparencies, if it's a
the
JPEG,
same color image,
if it's a JPEG for photos, something that doesn't have text on it, you can get away with murder. But if it has text on it,
it needs to be PNG.
It doesn't need to be PNG, but you got to consider how it's being done, because at some point the optimizations for JPEGs will allow it to start doing that little weird artifacting around letters and stuff, and it make things mushy. So
I never understood that.
The bigger it is, the more problem you're gonna have with it, and it also depends on
PNG.
No, that's
JPEG.
And it also depends on it. We can render the JPEGs, no problem on our computer, right? Yeah. But once you upload it somewhere and have it displayed back to you, wherever it uploaded to may do some other compression that could mess it up for the end user's display.
So when PNGs they generally handle compression better.
Yeah, PNGs is like it's the shit.
What about the HI?
We don't use them.
HIEF.
It doesn't.
You don't
the
use
TIF?
No, not TIFF.
No, we don't use those.
The new JPEG.
Yeah, no. We're not using those.
Okay.
That won't be here for a while.
Would PNG be considered a better format for print taking an image to print?
Depending on what kind of print you're talking about for shirts and stuff.
Yeah, so for the print for that hoodie, I use PNG.
Yeah, that's PNGs
because it's transparent.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you look at the original image for it,
it has a background.
It has no background.
It has zero background.
Yeah, it's just transparent.
I could take the image and just move it across everything, and you see the background except for what's there in the middle of it.
Right.
Wouldn't have used a JPEG for that.
Yeah, cannot use a JPEG for that.
But also they use EPS files,
which is another situation in itself.
So yeah, going back to the browser shit. This is where the irony comes in, right? Mm-hmm. So we all know, all right, Netscape was the OG, and this is a wild synopsis, right? I'm like skipping over light years of fuckery right now. So Netscape is the OG, but they charge.
Right.
Microsoft said, "What are you doing? What's this internet shit?"
Can AOL be considered a browser or /OG?
No.
Or was
the back end of AOL, I believe, was Internet Explorer, if I'm not mistaken.
No, they had their own fucking. I think they had a Netscape at one point, and then they switched to IE.
When they the Netscape thing, yeah. What you're about to say, they did have Netscape, but the back end was one of those two, and then when you was outside of it, it was.
But AOL is considered ISP.
Okay,
but they had their own browser, though.
They had their own browser.
Right,
Yes,
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
tell me, my fault. When was he playing for Netscape?
Netscape launched as a paid product.
As the as ISP though, right?
No.
Did
it? I thought Netscape was packaged with computers.
Netscape was paid.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember my first computer.
I never used it.
I don't recall paying for.
So here's where you
Netscape communicator.
Here's where it happened. Netscape was originally free.
Right.
Which means nothing to anyone because no one knew what the internet was back then. Right. That's like saying an FTP program is free. Who the fuck?
Right.
What is that? I don't care.
Right.
Microsoft says, "Oh shit, what is this internet thing? Let's hop on this."
Okay.
Right. And then at that point, this is when this was like version 2 or 3 of Internet Explorer, whatever the fuck it was.
Right.
They started baking it into Windows for free. Mm-hmm. So you still didn't have a clear vision of how you would get to the internet.
Right.
Even what it was.
Right.
Because this was before AOL even, right?
Right.
And remember when AOL came out, most people wasn't launching AOL and switching over to Internet Explorer or Netscape.
If you knew, you knew.
You had
to.
You
know.
Right.
If you know, you know.
But most people like, and that's how AOL was able to be so successful because AOL was that entire world.
And then you had Yahoo, by the way, but we can speak on that.
Yahoo wasn't even an ISP, or maybe
it wasn't an ISP. It was
AOL,
a browser. It was a search engine. It was a search engine.
Right.
But it kind of sort of functioned.
They never had a browser.
They didn't have a browser.
Because of the access, it's like, okay, if you can, it had a search. It had, you could enter
they had services when you go.
An address.
Yeah.
And it would pull up.
But they weren't a browser. A browser is a very specific definition.
Right.
Now, so what happened here? Netscape was paid, i.e. Microsoft was like, fuck you, I want a piece.
Right.
And they made Internet Explorer free, and they baked it in with every version of Windows.
Yep.
So now what happens? Who gives a fuck about Netflix? Because
Netflix?
I'm sorry.
Netscape.
Fuck. Netscape.
Yeah.
However you...
however... Don't say Netflix.
Netscape and chill. Netscape and MySpace and chill. So however you get on the internet...
Right.
You would then use Internet Explorer. Right? Mm-hmm. And then AOL came.
Did it?
Then AOL came. So there's a lot between there that happened. And then Netscape was like, oh shit, this ain't nobody paying for a browser.
Right. And then they tried to make it free.
And now it's free. And then at this point...
It didn't matter.
So that's how Microsoft ended up in court. Because Netscape took Microsoft to court. It's like, yo, you doing some fuck shit. And they won.
Yeah.
And they won. So that's that whole thing. So now you have Internet Explorer, which is how Microsoft, let's call it sauce. Microsoft sauce.
Right.
On how they render browsers, right?
Okay.
We didn't know no better. Then you had Firefox showed up.
Right.
Firefox thing was, we got this better sauce. It's faster. It's more stable because Internet Explorer 6 was a fucking mess, right? They said you don't got to worry about vulnerabilities just by going to a porn site. Well, you still did, but you get the gist. And you got extensions.
Right.
So everyone's like, oh shit, Firefox. And for a while, that was the thing.
It was Firefox Chrome.
Right. No. It was Firefox and Internet Explorer. And then Google says...
Yeah, you're right.
My dick, good sir, is bigger than everyone else's here.
My dick's bigger than yours.
So let me swing in.
Fuck all of you.
Let me swing in and see what we can do here.
Uh-huh.
And Chrome was initially fast as fuck.
Son, Chrome Whoa.
Son, that shit was like game changing how fast Chrome was.
I was like, what? Okay, so what is it? Is it the browser speed? Is it the internet speed? What is it?
Now, what was interesting about the conversation with Chrome did what Netflix could not. Chrome did.
We're going to get this right, son.
Chrome did what Netscape could not.
They did everything that Netflix could not do, by the way. Let's be clear.
So, Netscape's thing was, we're better than IE.
Right.
But it didn't matter, fam. This shit is built in.
Yeah.
No one's going to do this and do that.
Right.
Just to experience your world.
Absolutely.
Chrome showed up and people was like, we off this Internet Explorer thing.
Right.
Plus, Internet Explorer had a bad rap. And I think Chrome just so outperformed everything, including Mozilla. Mm-hmm. It was a no-brainer.
Mozilla is Firefox, everybody.
Firefox, sorry. Now, fast forward, you have to put 32 gigs of RAM. The reason Apple's out here selling a computer, a computer with 1.5 terabytes of RAM is to run Chrome. I don't give a fuck what you tell me. That's the reason Apple's like throw more RAM at it. Son, Chrome takes an unimaginable amount of resources away from your computer. It's a fucking browser.
More than having 3 independent Firefox running with 20 tabs per Firefox.
I removed Chrome immediately because I was running Chrome on this, and I'm like, wait, what?
Son,
goodbye.
I don't get it.
No,
I don't get it. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm very efficient when I watch porn. Because you can be indecisive. Mm-hmm. And I'm not scrolling past, hang on, what is she doing here? Not willing to commit yet. I need to open at it in a tab and keep scrolling down.
What?
So, I open my first 28 tabs first.
I just want to remind everybody, Firefox created tabitis.
Firefox did have tabs, yes.
No, it created tabitis, though.
What, motherfuckers just don't want to close it?
Everybody just want to open more tabs. Yeah, well, nobody's closing nothing. Just open more tabs.
I don't have a better way to handle my habits, sir.
All I was concerned with was that I will thank Chrome for this, the incognito mode.
Which does nothing. It doesn't do anything what you think it does, which is a conversation we could have.
Yeah, but it makes it harder for a snooper to find out that you're watching
No. Okay. He means locally.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. Yeah, anyone else can find out.
Okay, fair enough.
Anyone else with a little more techie,
fair enough,
tech savvy, but yeah.
So here I am.
I'm pretty sure Firefox had incognito though.
I can't remember. I thought Chrome was the only one that
mode
did it first.
with the purple glasses. Anyway, go ahead.
So disclaimer. My terrible history lesson here is all over the place. Mm-hmm. This is general gist. I don't remember the timelines, and some of it could be off. Blah, blah,
blah. AOL bought Netscape in '98.
Who?
AOL bought Netscape in '98. Okay.
And it's still, where the fuck did AOL go? But
because I remember they had the little powered by Netscape sign.
Yeah.
But whatever the fuck. So here I am with my 28 tabs open, and you process elimination. You bust it down to 3, and then you may just do all 3 at once because you got widescreen.
You just wanted to watch all.
But here you are. You know what I'm saying? I got these 28 tabs open. And I run the risk of not being able to close them fast enough should an intruder come in. Because my computer's resources are like, what the fuck are you doing?
And you're watching video.
Yeah, Windows D does take you to the desktop. You gotta figure out your sound situation. Plus, you can't stand up, so you can't swing the chair around. You know what I'm saying?
Son, no, you need a mute button on the fucking keyboard, son. Where's my mute button, goddammit? Oh, there it is.
We can discuss tactics in a future episode.
How do we keep intruders from knowing that we were watching porn?
So Chrome legitimately is wild sloppy. And there are some reasons for this.
And it's ugly.
Google Chrome was fine.
Chrome was
Chrome was a very progressive UI when it first came out.
Right, but Chrome was ugly on anything other than
I disagree.
Before Chrome tablets, when you downloaded Chrome onto your computer, Chrome was ugly.
I've been using Tab from day one.
I've been using
Chrome from day one.
The lines were pixelated. I'm like, why does it
Well, that's
look
because you
like
got that CRT monitor going on there.
Yeah, the CRT monitor was 16-bit.
Son, I can download
with a bad graphics card. Chrome was fine, bro.
Listen, I'm telling you.
The only thing that was wrong with Chrome is that I felt that the title bar was too big in the beginning. That was it.
Son,
and then that blue color.
I looked at Chrome and I looked at the time that I was running it, I was probably running Edge. This was Microsoft.
See, even by Edge standards, Chrome was fine, bro.
No, Chrome was way fine, son.
Son, look, you guys are saying it. I'm trying to say it, bruh. It was I felt like it was ugly.
All right,
it was
all right. If you felt like it was ugly, that's one thing.
It was.
But I mean, you. Did I expect you to say? I mean, listen, it's a UI choice. It's a UI thing.
Put Safari on your computer.
It didn't make it less. Fuck that. It didn't. Fuck that. Because I just to talk on that. I was on my wife's computer. She runs an Apple. I Air something, whatever. And I'm like, wait, why the fuck can I in 2020 can I not find the close button for Safari? You have to move the cursor up to the area with the 3 dots, the colored dots.
Yeah.
And then an X will show. And then it's like, okay, click. That's the close.
I feel like it's always there for me.
When Safari was on PC, we didn't have that problem over here. So
listen.
I don't know. Listen, fuck Safari and WebKit. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But so what really happened here is Chrome, and I think it's because of Google. Google's engineers, like, they don't give a fuck about Windows. You know what I mean? Like, the whole existence of Chrome is to get more people to Google.
Yeah.
That's it. Because default browser, the default search
Yep.
is Google. That's it. So however they do that, they don't give a fuck about your resources. Whereas Microsoft, I mean, it's not like Internet Explorer is any better than Chrome. Maybe not as stable, but it's still, let me rephrase this. Maybe it was a little more stable, but it was still a resource hog too. So this... Yeah. But in the recent years, like the last 3 or 4 years, I'd say, Chrome is out of fucking control with the amount of resources that it uses. Like when you go in Best Buy today and you buy a computer with 4 gigs of RAM, right? It's not that this computer sucks.
It's like Chrome is using half of it.
4 gigs, yeah. But the minute you install, and which as people do, because you're conditioned to do that now, right?
Or install
Internet Explorer sucks. Go out and get you Chrome. Son, that's 2 tabs. You're done.
Yeah.
You're fucking done.
Yo,
and then what they say, oh shit, computers with 4 gigs of RAM or $400 for a computer, that shit's terrible. Not really though.
Yeah, this computer right here is $400. Less than that when I got it.
You running Chrome on this?
I run Chrome on it every now and then.
How is it?
I only keep 1 tab, and then I can make sure I close it. And I don't just close it. I go to the task manager and close it.
Yeah, because then they started running the shit in the background.
Yeah.
Son, it's wild.
Yo,
because this machine, I bought this machine so it doesn't go on the internet. But I put Chrome on it just so if any reason I need to do something from Chrome, I can just do it.
Sure.
But when I've had to do stuff that specifically needed to be done on Chrome because of accounts and stuff, it was just like, bro, what in the hell?
Right.
Yeah. Yo, I watch, on Saturdays are really big days, especially when you have a sneaker release. So you watch these YouTubers, they go live on YouTube and they have their Internet Explorer or whatever open with tabs of Adidas and Nike to get these sneakers.
Yeah.
And then what they'll do is if they have multiple, right, they're clicking on those.
No, cooking is what they call it.
Yeah, it's called cooking. And then
I hate hype beasts.
They'll well, I might be considered a hype beast at this point in time, but
are you a chef though?
I consider myself a chef,
okay, not
a hype beast, okay, not a cooker. I'm a cooker, but I'm a chef.
Okay.
So on another screen, like they got the Internet Explorer or Edge running over here. You have they got the bots closed because you can't show the bots.
I got one dude that does show the bots.
Oh, does he?
I'll send you his channel. It's fucking dope to watch.
I want to rock that. Then you got somebody running Chrome. So everyone says, no, bro, yo, you gotta run it. You gotta get it on that Chrome. That Chrome, I'm like, nigga, shut the fuck up.
I would tell people to put it on Chrome so I have a better chance of winning.
Pretty much.
But Chrome doesn't promote your chances of winning.
The idea is that it was slower.
So I'll tell you. All right. So this is the current law of the land right now.
All right, I'm gonna hear this law. And
everybody's got their sauce. Let's go back to sauce. Internet Explorer never really named it. They just said this is how we translate the internet.
So Internet Explorer is ragu.
Right. Chrome is Chrome.
Chrome is
Chrome.
Chrome is progress.
That's their sauce.
What is that? Prego. Chrome is Prego.
Apple, is called WebKit.
That's the second rate sauce.
And then Firefox is
sauce.
We don't know what Firefox is, probably deli sauce. I don't know.
Because people were talking about Firefox like
from a 5-star restaurant.
Like that's where they go to win everything.
Their engine was never particularly groundbreaking. It was just the browser was wild, nimble.
Okay, I think it was groundbreaking to me.
All right, well, fuck you then.
I had to do QA tests for websites, so everything always came back better on Firefox. On Firefox.
Okay, so 5-star restaurant, sure. Now, in today's world, Edge, Windows 10, Edge, Microsoft pours a fuck ton of money behind development, and Edge was good.
Right. I have Edge on here.
Yeah, you have Windows 10, you have Edge. Right? It was better than Internet Explorer. It was a modern browser built from the ground up.
I thought I uninstalled it.
You can't uninstall Edge.
Yeah.
Now, it's good to go, right? Chrome is still moving along.
Right.
I own all of your RAM. All your base belongs to me.
All your base belongs to me.
Firefox wakes up one day and was like, we got to do something, fam.
I'm glad to see him back.
Now, here's how this shit gets fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Firefox got on a plane and went over to Seattle, Microsoft, and was like, yo, what y'all got? Microsoft was like, yo, we ain't got nothing. Everybody looked at each other, was like, all right, Chrome, here we come.
We ain't got a goddamn thing.
So Chrome sauce, which is called Chromium,
right,
is now what's powering the new Microsoft Edge and Firefox.
Oh, so basically Chrome or Google has their dicks in both of them.
Has their dicks in everybody, boy.
Sounds like Sony censors.
Yo, son. And this is the irony of the whole thing, right? But everybody's browser runs better than Chrome. But the way it renders the web, it's using Chromium. Okay. That's Google's sauce.
Okay.
So it's kind of a standard, or as close to a standard as we've ever gotten.
This is the problem.
But
I've
the problem is,
people for 20
do you want Google
years. This is the
to
problem.
have a standard?
This is the problem.
Nah.
For 20 years, I've called this.
All right, so
sorry, not 20 years. For 15 years, I've called this. Stop giving Google the eggs.
Now it's a runaway train. Like, there's no going back.
But I feel, all right, so do you feel like Google has the eggs, or does Google has the egg-laying chickens?
Nah,
let me tell you something,
son. It's over.
Let me tell you something. When's the last time you used Google Drive? Never, right? And that's your biggest mistake right there.
Okay.
There are a lot of people who are using all these Microsoft-like products through the drive, right? Microsoft still is everything you're going to say is absolutely right. But then when it comes down to these kids with these books, they're getting Chromebooks. Mm-hmm. They're getting brought up on Sheets, which is Excel,
right,
and all this other stuff, right? These things, quote, quote, don't need virus protection, this, that, and the third. That's all the selling points. This is the Mac killing PC stuff all over again, right?
Right.
So you get them there. You get them on the phone, right? Anything that's not an Apple phone is an Android phone. Android is Google, correct?
Right.
If you have an Apple phone, what's your search engine? Google, right? On the web, professionally, what I do, everybody is making their websites towards Google search engines. Mm-hmm. They don't care about Bing. Mm-hmm. They don't care about Yahoo. Even though Jeeves is still around, nobody cares about Jeeves. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
When it comes down to your services, they got us with the Gmail. Mm-hmm. And now everything has got to be linked to a Gmail account. And at some point, people looked at if you send your email into a business organization, if you send your email or your resume right? Through that way, and they see Yahoo, they look at you like you strange. If they see Hotmail, they look at you like you strange.
Right.
Gmail is the de facto. When you go to booking, you don't see at Yahoo or at Hotmail. You don't even see at Live, which to me is I'll give you this. This is a very great service as of late. You know what I'm saying?
Or Outlook,
right? And it's like,
and every corp seems to use Outlook.
And then Gmail is just like, that's the other thing. Remember when people were fighting to be a part of Google Talk and Gmail? Like, people were looking for, and they tried to replicate that with Waves. So what I've been telling everybody for years, the more everybody start making Google the standard, the problems are going to just persist. And to me, one of the biggest power moves they made on top of the radar for everyone's face is YouTube. That was one of the biggest moves they made, because not only can they influence how images are being shown across the web, how you do search, but they also dictate who content is more.
That's the problem.
Is more relevant.
More relevant.
Yeah.
Based
algorithm.
on video.
That's the problem.
Versus video versus this versus that. Like, you might wrote 1,000 words, but a video with 500 words might outrank you before they start getting into the all bounce rate, tick rate, and this, that, other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So the browsers gave them access to information that you could only get from your phone. You know what I'm saying? Son, it's a problem.
It's a L. And I mean, look, I like Chromium because obviously I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's not the best way to render the web. It's proven, because obviously so much of the web is fucking made to run on this thing. And I'm happy to see Microsoft, because this is a big deal for me. Remember I spoke to you about the Chrome?
Yeah.
When it first came out, the Edge Chrome.
Yeah.
I was in the beta for months.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. Like, look, this is the new, I always talk about the new and progressive Microsoft. Like, this is probably the most in-your-face version.
Yeah.
Them saying, all right, fam, Internet Explorer, we give up.
Pass me the water.
We give up. Let's just do what the rest of the world is doing. Yeah. That's almost fucking satire. You go back 10 years, 15, 20 years to talk about Microsoft.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, cool. Nice, nice to see them do it.
Can I have some?
I'm good.
And then Firefox comes out of the ashes.
Right.
And what is Firefox? Same shit, Chrome. So I literally switched. I don't use Chrome anymore. I use Firefox and Edge. Because I know I'm not making a compromise on the way they render the web.
Right.
But my fucking system's not dying of resources just because I have a tell me I got Call of Duty running in the background. Not a fucking browser with some unclosed porn tabs.
You wouldn't have been able to do that with Chrome.
Like, what the fuck?
I haven't switched over yet, though.
I'll see. Firefox. So, I guess
try it. It's dope.
I don't think that. I don't feel. Not even think. I don't feel that. There is a reason or necessity for me to add a browser to a device or a computer that already has two pre-existing browsers.
Not anymore.
Right. Edge and IE.
IE is supposed to be gone, right?
IE will always be there.
Yeah, okay. IE is there.
Because it's corporate.
Yeah. But it's always there. But no, Edge and here's the thing that's dope. The Chromium Edge is so progressive. They're doing a lot of dopeness behind Do Not Track, which is true privacy. So remember when Snow was like, no, you're talking about somebody here looking at what you're doing. What I said, I'm not sure. I was talking about people out there seeing what you're doing from here.
Right.
So when you go to Facebook, Facebook knows every single website you go to for the next God knows how long.
Right.
That's how they build those profiles.
Right.
When you go to Amazon, right, you're going to see that ad of whatever the fuck it was you were looking at on every fucking website for the next 7 days. Right? Edge is attacking that very aggressively. And Firefox was the first one out the gate. The new Firefox was the first one out the gate to be like, fam, fuck that. This is built in. This is turned on. Ain't nobody seeing what you're doing unless you want them to.
All right. So this is something, and maybe you guys can help me out with this. So there's a website. I want to say Karma Loop. Karma Loop. You know, I'm where I go to buy.
That's the originator of hypebeast shit.
No, not Karma Loop.
Karma Loop is where you buy all like those indie designs and
it's independent. I guess in that sense, yes, you can say
that's where that shit kind of came from. Well, outside of the sneaker shit, but
yeah, Karma Loop, you can find a lot of up and coming streetwear and things like that. So I'm on Karma Loop, and I probably have an open browser somewhere with an open tab for Karma Loop. In fact, yes, in the back.
Okay.
So what happens is, there you go, Karma Loop. So I'm on my computer at home. I don't really open Karma Loop on my phone.
Yep.
But I'm on Karma Loop at home.
Well,
and now I go to Instagram.
Sure.
I don't follow Karma Loop.
Mm-hmm.
There is no reason for an ad for Karma Loop to show up on. Listen, this is where I'm going to it. But an ad to show up on my Instagram feed for Karma Loop, if I could see if I visited Karma Loop on, even if it was just a sponsored ad on Instagram,
sure,
says sponsored, I see it, but I'm not concerned with it. No, they're borderline spamming me with Karma Loop.
Yep.
I feel like this is Google fault.
No.
Can you respond?
Nah.
No.
That's a tracking pixel.
Yeah. That's just the web.
And if you're signed in on, we can say Google. If you're signed in on your desktop and that same account is signed in on your phone, which is talking to all the apps.
So it's syncing all that shit.
Everybody's together. Everybody's together.
Listen.
That's like when I tell people all the time, like, yo, because I don't want to give them any effort. You know, if you don't eat this cereal, and who searches cereal, right?
Right.
Just say Lucky Charms around your phone sporadically, and you will get an ad for Lucky Charms.
Like that's crazy.
No, it's not.
I mean, it's not, and it is, but it isn't.
Hey, so here's the thing. So going back to the conversation about 401k and your retirement, what'd you say? What'd you say?
Tell me. Remember I was sending you the thing about the sneakers?
Yeah, and you sent us those screenshots.
Yeah, I sent you the screenshots. Like that's that was.
From the last episode.
I didn't search no sneakers.
Yeah, Snow's not looking for sneakers.
I'm not looking for sneakers, bro.
Right.
And it was all in his feed.
We did a podcast about
because we sat here for about an hour and a half. We talked about sneakers.
So therefore, I started getting ads on Facebook about sneakers. Yeah. And that had absolutely. I'm not logged into anything. I wasn't using nothing.
Son, this is not a. You see how you say we like to what? Look and watch, but we don't like to read.
Yeah. Yeah.
Son, read the fucking
apps.
Read the disclaimers and all that shit before you sign into an ad. Anytime you go to a website and you be like, whatever, agree. The fuck you think you're agreeing to?
With the whole notification shit is what you're saying.
Nah, you agreeing to
son,
I'm gonna fucking track you. Yep. I'm gonna log what you're looking at on my site.
You're giving me permission,
and then when
to
you leave,
open your mic.
I'm gonna look at who you're going to.
Right.
Son, it's not a joke.
Son, so then the bigger question should be asked: is privacy truly privacy? And does the bottom end user have a right to their own
Facebook
privacy?
thing that just happened with Mark is probably going to be a residual effect happening going forward. I mean, we've already seen small instances. No, just in general about the whole election and
did he own it?
Falsified.
Did he own it yet?
He kind of owned it, but what they're trying to get him to admit something that isn't true. And if it's a yes or no answer, he has to answer yes, but it's not 100% because they don't understand how the internet works.
Yeah. Right. We still good over there, right?
Yeah. Well, wait. Oh no.
Oh, okay. Well.
So here's really what the issue boils down to is people. What is privacy?
Right.
People don't understand what privacy is.
I think it's very skewed, but
first of all, the concept around privacy, I think people don't understand. People think, if depending on who you talk to, they'll say You don't look through my window. You're violating my privacy.
Right.
Wrong. Fucking wrong. If there's a space to look through, I can look wherever the fuck I want.
I think,
That's
right?
just natural.
Right?
And just
That's
to add
not
to that,
privacy.
Right. Just to add to that, I feel like it's, don't look through my window. Okay, I won't look through your window, but that doesn't mean I can't look through this pinhole that's over here.
No, that's not what I'm saying. No.
Okay.
That because now the person's expressed, I don't want you to see this, and you're going around it. The fact is, fam, you have a window, I can look where I want. It's my right to have a window, and it's also my right to look where I want to look. If you don't want me to see through your window, put some blinds up.
Okay.
You get what I mean?
I see now.
So there's people that's on different sides. Some people would be like, nah, you shouldn't be looking through my window. You violate my privacy. False. And there's people like, well, I don't want people to violate my privacy, so I put a window up. All right, I can rock with that. But there's a whole host of shit in between, right? So it's murky. But what's privacy now? Anytime you build something with a door,
right?
Fuck you. Somebody could walk through it. Yeah. Don't tell me about privacy. Don't tell me about worrying about people looking through your window when you built a window that was designed for that.
Yeah, and it's two-way.
So what I'm saying is, you can't come on the internet and complain about privacy.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be private, don't come on the internet.
Right.
Because anything you do on the internet can be found out. It can be tracked.
Right.
Right? And I feel like people don't own that. Like, son, how dare the drug dealer be like, these fucking cops, man? You're a fucking drug dealer.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, yo, all right, fam, if you get out and you become a super successful rapper and now you're a fucking icon, cool.
A la Jay-Z.
But if you get caught, fam, you got caught.
Yeah.
Don't complain. You know what I mean? And the people with this privacy shit, like, you literally created, from the time you create a Facebook, a Google, a Microsoft, a Karma Loop account, whatever the fuck it is that anytime there's a EULA,
right,
you just signed your fucking privacy away. Mm-hmm. Don't come telling the company how to behave.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer now. And this is what I mean by these conversations in between that.
Right.
There's the Mark Zuckerberg shit. Son, Donald Trump won because of Facebook.
I feel that.
And I'm not saying it's because this dude ran these brilliant ads on top of the fact that you had the Russians trolling. Right?
Yeah.
So and the fake news is actually a real thing.
It was before he even did his thing. It was a fake news was the problem.
Right.
Remember I had a whole conversation with you about that?
The Hillary son.
But even before that, remember I showed you the whole thing was a Dateline thing. Like I showed you the whole thing because I was thinking about doing it. I'm like, yo, I should just do this. I'll make money.
Yeah. Son, it's like
my morals stood up people.
People don't understand privacy, and it's a runaway train right now because you aren't not willing to use Google. There's no way you're not going to use Google.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? So you're giving up your privacy, which is the product.
Yeah.
By the way, how'd you turn these lights on? There you go.
Google.
Yeah. Okay. Google.
You're not. So you don't give a fuck about privacy because you want to be able to turn your lights on with your voice.
Yeah.
Or you want to be able to see what's the cheapest option to buy X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
So, and this is what people need to understand. They're complaining about, these cookies tracking me. But fam, you do want to get this from Amazon, right? Like you did read that buying. They were like, oh yeah, you can get shit here and get it shipped tomorrow and it have to be 30% cheaper, but I'm going to track every fucking thing you do. So there's stories out there where women didn't know they were pregnant. Women did not know they were pregnant. And their husbands didn't know they were pregnant until they logged into their Amazon account and started seeing ads and shit for prenatal shit based on the buying habits of the wife.
Holy shit.
Amazon knew these women were fucking pregnant before either them or their husbands. Why? It's just data. How the fuck could you feel violated, fam? You're the one that's shopping on Amazon.
I feel like it becomes kind of like a fingerprint.
In my
It's
opinion,
like-
in my opinion, though, like a lot of stuff that people are getting spooked out. I've been watching this happen because I do online advertisement. I told you about the tracking pixel, right? With the Amazon thing, that's been brewing for quite a while. I think that's amazing, though. Right? They can put it in your hand because that's what advertising is.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
I need to tell you what you want because you don't even know. Like you're searching, but you don't know. I know what it is. I'm gonna get it to you. Now, are there places where they've gone overboard? The tracking pixel is overboard to me because the tracking pixel is you can go right now to your favorite photography purchasing website. I'm not giving no plug there, right?
Right.
And you get there and you go, you know what? I don't want to buy this camera today.
Right.
I'm gonna leave it alone. You go back to Facebook, the camera's there. You go to Tumblr, the camera's there. You go to Instagram, the camera's there. Now you get off the computer and you go to your phone. The camera's in there. You're checking articles from your phone. The camera's in every little pop-up that you do.
Right.
Then it gets worse when you watch apps on your phone like YouTube and the camera ad for the company of the website that you didn't want to buy it from, it's there.
Right.
To me, I don't necessarily say that's a privacy situation, but that is fucking annoying and that has to stop. And I think that was being overly done,
Right.
which got a certain percentage of the crowd up in arms.
Riled
Yeah,
up.
don't spam me for the shit that I like. See, and I feel like that is the
They
bigger,
lucky I don't create for ads on smart TVs because I would put it there too.
Oh, that's another thing. Your
Right.
TVs are doing this.
Yeah.
And let me and this is not. I'm not on some fucking conspiracy theories. It's a real thing.
But it's a conspiracy theory.
And smart. This is only proven because they're nerds who are hypersensitive to this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So what they started doing was they'll monitor the packets on their network,
Right.
and they're starting to see, wait, what's this company?
Raspberry Pi, baby.
And then when they start looking at it, it's coming from the TV. It's the TVs that are reporting home.
Yep.
The TVs they know what you're watching.
I mean,
They know your watching habits, and Netflix is doing this as well.
The shit's powered by Chrome and powered by this and powered by that. I mean,
Shout out
of
to
course
WebOS.
it would. Yeah, yeah. It's just it's
I get
wild.
I get it.
It's
Was
a
it
yeah.
dead?
Huh?
Was it dead or full?
I don't know what it is,
Okay.
but I get it. But I mean, you know, Leo Laporte always says something that I think is true.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind being marketed to.
Yeah.
I feel like if you could figure out a way to actually show me some shit I would like to buy, I would like to see it.
The tracking thing for me too. I agree with that. Like Hulu gives me opportunity to select ads. They're fake selections, but the choice is there, right? If I could, if Hulu has whatever tracking on my phone or whatever, and you're able to be like, hey, we got these three ads that you may be interested in, you know, pick one and then we'll do it like that. You know what I'm saying? I'll be okay with that. I would even be okay with using certain things where they hit me with a survey that I must do, right? As long as it's
fuck a survey.
No. Listen, surveys is important. You have to know how to do them. You know, you shouldn't be you don't have to be vigilant with it. You just got to know how to do them. And son, if you fill it out right and then you start getting ads based on that, bro, you won't feel it.
But listen, I don't feel like it's the problem is showing me something that a company may think that I like.
Right.
I think the problem is showing me a bunch of shit that out of that bunch of shit, there is only 5% of that shit that I like. Don't show me a bag of fucking Doritos and then show me a pair of Jordans and then show me a pair of Levi's, both of which Levi's and Jordans I wear. I get it. And then you're showing me cars or Cadillac cars. Mm-hmm. I get it. But don't show me Toyotas.
Sure.
Don't show me,
Sure.
Yeah,
at this stage of the game, their tracking systems and how they track what it is that I watch and I consume should be more intuitive to say, oh, no.
I still,
narrow it down. What is this? What does he consume?
I still say though, you got to leave some organic advertisement there because that's how you do get exposed to new stuff. How much stuff have you discovered based on commercials?
Yeah, but some people don't want to be exposed to new stuff. Some
Bro,
people are very, very monotonous.
But this is better than the old.
The old was out of control. That was the Wild Wild West.
Because when I
But to
watch
me,
my wife watch Sling, like live TV,
Yeah.
fuck out of here.
I feel you.
Son, the amount of ads, son, it'll be an hour show and there's literally only like 20 minutes worth of like content.
Yeah, but that's different though.
Crazy.
That to me is the old
excessive.
model. I'm just like, holy fucking shit.
That's that show. If that's a 20-minute show and it's running an hour, that's that show, and that's them selling ads on that show. Like that was perfectly, that was done. If you have a 20-minute content show, which is really 22 minutes and a half or 23 minutes, right? Very rarely is it 24. That means 6 minutes. If we just say 24 minutes, 6 minutes of that is dedicated to ads, brokenly evenly between the show. We're talking what you just said, that is 36 minutes for a 22-minute show.
Maybe
An hour show,
maybe I'm obsessive, but
an hour show on television is 48 minutes. You know what I'm saying? 48 minutes to 50 something like
it's
that.
more. It's got to be more than. You ever see this shit 90 Day Fiance?
Son.
So it's, I don't know. It's just dumb
It
as
might,
fucking
no,
shit.
it's
those
ridiculous.
numbers,
It's
those
ridiculous.
numbers might be right because a half-hour show is only 21 minutes.
But so the thing is, the 90 Day Fiance is just about an hour show,
right.
and because my wife watches it here and there, and I'll sit there and like, you know, watch it with her, and I'm getting upset because one, the show is fucking stupid, and two, the ads are fucking out of control.
Yeah.
So I can't figure out what's more a waste of your fucking time as a human being. Is these ads or the show?
I've recently watched it's both actually. I've recently watched a reality a quote reality show, right? And what I've noticed is, and this is probably what you're experiencing, the frequency of which the commercials come,
it's wild,
is more than what it used to be. So before, you'll get, I think I forget the number, so I'm gonna just make them up. You'll get 6 minutes, 8 minutes of content, then you get hit with a minute and a half slide of commercials. Then you come back, you do that time again, then you get hit with another minute and a half, and you get like 3 or 4 of these, right? Or maybe even 5. Now, what I was watching, I don't remember the name of the show because, again, doing something I normally don't do, channel surfing. I felt like every time there was a crisis, there was, we'll be right back.
Yep. And the ads were just as long.
And
as
the ads felt exactly as long as the show. So if we was watching the show for 3 minutes, the ads were 3 minutes. And you come back for 3 minutes, and then the ads were 3 minutes. And it was just like, or even if it was just a minute and a half, it felt like 3 minutes.
It feels like you're watching more ads than you are this dumbass show.
So, yeah.
And that's why, like, that's what I mean when I say, nah,
That's why you gotta watch.
I'll take these trackers,
and that's based on, and to me, that's just based on that programming because other places on TV aren't doing that.
Maybe, perhaps it's not as bad other places. But listen, man, I would like to wrap it up, and I don't really. The browser war shit is interesting. I like to see Microsoft progressing. I like to see Firefox back in the fold, but I don't like to see. I really don't like to see that the standard we settled on is Google, because all of what we just spoke about, Google's the ones that's really fucking driving that shit forward.
Lucky Charms.
So now they're in the drive, and this is like Microsoft back in Lucky
Charms.
The early 2000s. They were the ones driving the seat, right?
Lucky Charms.
Right.
Motherfuckers like, I hate what Microsoft is doing.
Lucky Charms.
Going forward, niggas do this and do that.
Son,
I hate that.
If I get a Lucky Charms fucking ad,
son, you will. You will.
I'm coming
Charms.
after you, son.
Lucky
Son,
Charms.
the shit is real. And this is crazy, right? You talk about people. I hear it all the time. I don't want no recording device in my home. Motherfucker,
It was in your pocket.
You paid.
It was in your pocket the whole time.
$80 a month to have it in your pocket.
It was in your pocket.
Everywhere.
It's not in your home. It's with you everywhere you go.
Including the bathroom. So how you gonna tell me about an OK Google device?
Son, you know you can't say those words in this house.
You supposed to have
Xbox, turn off.
the voice shit on.
What voice shit?
There's an option where it has to recognize your voice and no one else's.
I thought I had that on. I saw it.
Xbox, turn off.
Facebook turned it off. Yeah.
Son.
Xbox turn off.
But anyway.
So we done, or we?
Yeah, man. It's been a long episode.
Lucky Charms.
It's 2 hours. Huh? Rock out for another two
No,
two
sir.
hours.
I don't think they want to hear a 4-hour podcast from us just yet.
My name is Ramon.
Who are you?
You are. I don't know.
Me?
Yeah.
I want to talk more, but fuck it. We'll talk later. We'll talk later. We got a lot more in store for you guys. I am the Kicks God, aka Tawan.
And I'm your boy Snow. And we out of here.
We out of here.
Peace.
Peace.